Hi, Seed Secondary friends. I just wanted to record my video for or my lesson for you because I will be unable to join you on Wednesday. But my learning experience or soul story example is kind of going to be combined with the advisory changes that will be happening at the middle school level, at least at Maple Grove Middle School. I wanted to kind of come up with a way or a routine to help any teacher really kind of enhance the advisory experience. I was even asked by admin to give some suggestions to make it enhance it because of the success we had this year with it. Um, so it really centers around the interactive notebook sharing, and I also want to, of course, respect that not everyone needs to share every time, but I do want to have like a minimum sharing throughout the year, so they can't always opt out. One of the biggest strategies I use is the no opt out, and so the interactive notebooks provide them with a chance to always share within themselves, but also share with the circle and the group. And usually that comes, after that trust and learning environment has been established. Some of the resources I have are the Seeds books, like My Name is Yoon. I have a ton of them. I can even bring them next time we meet if people are curious and what some of them look like. I also have some resources like the I Am poem and these awesome minute connection things, 5 minute connections that I can share with you. I can drop them in the resource folder as well. But basically, advisory is changing next year at Maple Grove Middle School to a shorter, right in the morning kind of thing. So I wanted to come up with like kind of a routine for how I can enhance the advisory with just not only their curriculum of SEL, but also with our seeds and the soul story. So you can see my daily routine here throughout the week. Kind of have it broken down by days, of course, adjusting for days off. Obviously, one of the biggest things that I did was to tie in I did a lot of seeds books and stuff. It's almost every day in September and part of October. We did SEL learning or seeds or NUA strategies every day. It wasn't once a week. It wasn't twice a week. It was every day. And I really think that paid dividends in advisory, even in my regular classes, because there really weren't too many flare ups throughout the entire year at all. And I think a lot of it was due to the fact that we spent so much time on that and establishing that safe learning environment. And so you can see what I would do the rest of the days here. Wednesdays we allowed, and some other activities again be in the shared folder. And of course, I think the most important thing is that time to make friends and common challenges, especially in middle school. When you say making friends, they think it's kind of silly or whatever. They think they're above that. So I use common challenges, like they can all take me on in a game or an app, and they love that. And anytime they can band together to try and defeat the teacher, they don't realize that they're building those friendships and connections at the same time. I have 3 domains here, as you can see, and I put the social justice standards that align. Again, this is something that would be repeated and occurring throughout the advisory year. And I made some connections to content areas, and then the Minnesota Standards of Effective Practice. But really going back and I just really like enhancing the advisory, tying in Cs. We talked about at the secondary level, like how do we make this more tangible, or how do we make this more easier or meaningful? How can we do 2 things at once? And I know advisory for some teachers is a struggle because they run out of ideas or they struggle with how to make it meaningful. And why not do 2 things at once? Really embrace the seed stories, the activities, the NUA activities. These are amazing. Like I said, the bio bag is really fun that they do. Identity slides. They really like the move your marker activity. I did with them a bunch of times. But there are different categories, like how to check in as I go down here. Excuse me, my mouse wheel is getting old. Fun things. I used a lot of these things. This was given to me by my coach. And they are really fun, especially when we were doing distance learning. These were fun because they needed something besides just, verbal things. So I will put this if I have permission, I will put it in the shared folder as well. But they were really kind of just 5-minute remote connectors. Really. And of course, even without being remote, we can still use them. So I really used a lot of these in advisory, and it really, got them to engage. And when we came back in person, it really did help as well. So if you have any questions, if I can't share it, please ask me and I can share it with you. But if you have any questions, please feel free to comment or send me a message too. And I hope to see you guys next time in June for our next meeting.